Is Dayflash an Instagram killer? Let's see how it holds up. Okay. Try that again. Doing the little shaky thing. Okay. So it's been a pretty rough week, just a lot of stuff going on at work, but something cool has come up. It's this app called Dayflash. It looked like it had been around for about a year or so. They attracted a bunch of prominent Instagrammers apparently, and they got them on board. I was kind of burned on alternatives. They're usually too gimmicky or too sparse, like Visco. Visco I found to be really annoying, and there's no feedback whatsoever. The only way you ever know that anyone ever cared about your photo is if you show up in their little Explore page. I've actually known a person or two who've had their pictures there, and that's cool, and I'm not calling them like snobby hipsters or anything by any means, but it's kind of like I felt like I could only get there if I were a snobby hipster. So I need feedback, and if I'm going to just let my photographs fall off the face of the earth, I would just let them stay on my hard drive instead. And this photo, by the way, is Jamie, and you saw it in the last issue or last episode. What I like though is you'll see that it has a lot of feedback. I posted pictures and they are getting a lot of likes, I guess probably because it's a small community. It's kind of like, to me, it reminds me a lot, surprisingly, of when Instagram was young. And it was cool because it wasn't about being a celebrity or if you were gaming the system. It was just you were posting photos and other people ran across your photos, and if you liked the photos, then also you'll notice that this app encourages cropping. It's got this strong vertical, so I get tons of interaction. I just got 5 more, so this is fun. I have 20 plus followers. They don't give an exact number, which is fun. I'm following 9 people, and you'll see the page and you'll hit the little pin, the little push pin, and you'll see where you can add your photos to your wall. It adds them to the collection, but you'll see the numbers on these. If I can get it to, yeah, you can see the numbers on these, and I think it's kind of cool because those are the views, but they get a lot of likes too, and I feel like I'm being seen and not just being swallowed by the algorithm because I'm just not hip enough. And I'm sure it can get that way, but back on something I was saying earlier, is that you'll notice that these are crops of my photos. These are close-ups, and while it's hard to use this backwards. Early Instagram days, you'll remember that it was square only. You can only do squares, and a lot of people didn't shoot square back then. It was everyone kind of had to crop or shoot on the phone, and it was a little bit outside of the norm. And then they went, full size. It encourages a crop, which would have bothered me at first, but after years of Instagram, where I post my photo on Instagram, everyone sees it and it's dead. No one will go to my show for it or anything like that. It just feels like it dies its half-life. And if it got 200 likes, that's cool, but if it was one of those that only gets 50, it's just, well, that was a waste. I do a tight crop on Dayflash. People see the detail. They can appreciate the detail that they can't see on Instagram because it's too tiny. Phones are tiny, if you didn't notice. Yeah, and then they might actually want to see it on a wall to see the whole picture and see it in its full glory. So I'm cool with cropping the heck out of these. It's kind of neat because I have grain and detail. I mean, I shoot a medium format digital camera, so you can actually want to see it in the wall and have it shared online. And it was just kind of like the old days. I kind of missed that. They have a different system of tagging, by the way. You tag in your profile and you just write a caption, so you're not overrun by hashtags, which never really bothered me, to be honest, which is cool because it kind of makes you think in general about what you're shooting, which is something you should be doing. But also another thing I noticed is the quality of this is actually, I find the quality pleasing. The pictures you get on here, they have to be extreme verticals, but they do a good job of it, honestly. and that has 108 views. And since I looked at it just a moment ago, I've gotten 3 more likes. See, it's just fun. It's fun when people actually like your stuff. You can actually have more than one link on your profile. You don't have to do the link tree thing, and you can link Instagram on the profile. They're not going to be afraid. Join Michelle Singletary, Stephanie K. Smith, Sarah, Hugo Hernandez, Ronnie Pittman, and May as patrons. My Patreon contributes just a small amount of cash right now, but it's a huge help considering that this is a nights and weekend passion project. So your contributions matter a lot to me, and I appreciate my patrons. I will see you in a couple of days with some news about my Fuji GF drama. It involves direct contact, very briefly, from Hasselblad and from Fuji. So it should be interesting. And I've got some musings on that topic, which maybe some of you will find interesting because YouTube's very gear-centric. And do I think Dayflash is an Instagram killer? I don't really think Dayflash is probably not an Instagram killer, but it's really the best alternative I've seen come up to Instagram. And it's kind of sad that we're in a world that should be able to come up with something better than Facebook or Instagram, and we haven't. We don't have a great alternative to Flickr, which I find very, very strange that after all these years, we still haven't found a really, truly good Flickr alternative. And there are places to host your photos, but the community aspect that was on Flickr is just not the same. The community aspect that was there early in Instagram's days, pre-Facebook, I'm looking for that, and the feedback is really important, and people wanting to like my photo even though I'm like not super hip or famous or anything. I highly recommend Dayflash. Add me on there. I'm Jamie in photo, like I am just about everywhere else. I will try to add you. If you do add me, message, hey, I saw you on your vlog, because I can't see everyone who subscribes to my vlog. Let me know what you think. Definitely add me. I'm not going to deem this an Instagram killer, but something that's worthy of looking at in addition to Instagram and to explore, I definitely recommend. If you want to see behind the scenes action and hear thoughts about photography and photography related things like this, think about subscribing, and I'd appreciate it if you did, and like the videos, share them, add them to playlists, turn on notifications if you do subscribe so you don't miss it. It helps me a lot. I am over 511 subscribers now, so thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.